Well, I can tell you there's only one thing at the moment which is buzzing in our newsroom, and that is clearly that big tragedy which is unfolding in the state of Uttarakhand. It is terribly saddening, and it's the kind of story that unfortunately could only get worse in the days ahead, because we still haven't been able to reach some of the most remote and inaccessible areas of the hill state, and it's only then that we will know the true dimension of this tragedy. I think at the moment, our entire focus has been on providing people as much information as possible, because this is not just a tragedy restricted to Uttarakhand. This is a national tragedy in the truest sense of the terms, because it's not just locals who are affected. There are pilgrims from across India who are stranded in Uttarakhand at the moment. So our main aim at the moment is to provide as much information to you. We have even coordinated in terms of setting up helplines, in giving phone numbers wherein you can find out more about your relatives and near and dear ones who may be in Uttarakhand at the moment. We are coordinating closely with government agencies, NGOs who are working there on the ground. We have more than half a dozen reporters across Uttarakhand at the moment, and along with local stringers, we're trying to get in as many pictures and more importantly as much information as we possibly can. I think what this tragedy does reveal is a problem that I believe that we in the media have often faced, that if a big story happens in the big metro, be it a Mumbai or a Delhi, there's almost instant coverage, and if there is a fire, for example, in a skyscraper, there's coverage, breaking news round the clock. It's really when a tragedy like this takes place in a far-flung areas of Uttarakhand that our resources are really tested. And we are trying our best to ensure that we can bring in as much news, accurate news, as possible to you, the viewer. So really Uttarakhand is the dominant story at the moment. It's not an easy story to cover, and all I can say is that we will try our best to inform you between CNN-IBN, IBN-7 to bring you the latest reports from the state. And our thoughts and prayers at this moment will be with the families who are concerned about their loved ones, and with all those who are still trapped, locals as well as pilgrims who are still trapped in the state. I think at some stage, once the rescue efforts are over and rehabilitation begins, I think the government of the day will have to look at the larger questions that confront a state like Uttarakhand. Why is it so disaster prone? What can be done to make the lives of the locals easier? Because this is not the first cloudburst that has taken place in the state. What can we do in a sense to work in harmony with that great river Ganga, which is the source of so much of joy for so many millions, but can also be part of nature's fury? Those are questions that will have to be answered at some stage someday. But our thoughts at the moment are with the families, and also really with the heroes of the moment, the ITBP personnel, the servicemen, voluntary organizations, NGOs, groups like the RSS, all of whom are working on the ground tirelessly to try and provide some relief and succor to the victims. And I think they are the people who deserve credit at a moment like this for working so hard in these remote areas. So we will try and tell you all these stories, and that's what's buzzing in the newsroom at the moment.